Hello, welcome back to my house. I obviously filmed this over intercession, didn't I? You're here in my favorite spot. This is my favorite little perch on my couch. I can see the TV perfectly over there if I ever turn it on, which is rare. I'd rather listen to music and do schoolwork. What can I say? I'm a nerd. Anyway, all right, let's get back to our book. We were here at Restart. We've read about 4 chapters. Learned that Chase is trying to piece together his life. He's getting more and more pieces of the puzzle, just like we are. Now, Chase is learning about his life in a very different way. He's kind of exploring his school and getting stories from his friends and from, hints and clues from people around him. But the hints and clues that we're getting are actually from the perspective of different characters throughout the book. As the point of view shifts from character to character, the author is really giving us a lot of clues about who Chase Ambrose and his pack of rowdy friends really are. It sounds like they're the cool kids at school, but honestly, it doesn't sound like they're the nice kids at school. I've always thought it was interesting how someone could become popular without being nice. Because the idea behind popularity is that everybody knows you and everybody likes you. I don't know. I don't know if everybody likes Chase, and so I don't know if he was the right kind of popular. I guess we'll have to keep reading and see. So here we are, chapter 5, and I'm going to keep saying it every time. What's important? Reading the chapter title, because that's going to let us know who's telling the story. Okay, it's going to be told from Chase's point of view now. So we're leaving Brendan behind, the kid who's the YouTuber, and we're going to pick up with Chase, and we're going to see what he's able to piece together about his life since amnesia has taken his memory from him. I'm on page 33. I'll give you just a second to turn to that page so you can read along with me. Okay, chapter 5, Chase, Ambrosia. No, not Ambrosia. That's the food of the god. Ambrose. Every time I see the little girl, it brings me back to the one from my memory. That blonde girl with the blue dress trimmed in white lace. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe when you only remember one thing, it sticks with you. If only I could remember where I remember her from. I think of her again when I see the little kid on the monkey bars at the playground. It's my first day without the sling in more than a month, and since forever in a way, because I remember nothing from the accident. I'm out walking, enjoying my freedom from the tight wrapping on my shoulder. It feels fine, like normal. And I need that after 2 weeks of school, there was nothing but. Oh, and I need that. He's saying that he needs normal. It feels normal, and he needs that after not feeling normal for so long. I didn't read that very clearly. Normal is the last word to describe a place where you're a stranger in a strange land, despite the fact that everybody knows you. That's when I recognize the girl scrambling all over the jungle gym. It's Helene, my half-sister. She's definitely high energy and really kind of cute, like crawling through those tunnels and whizzing down the slides and just as quickly climbing up again. She's a little too wild, especially up top. I guess she's too young to understand that falling in your head kind of runs in our family. Page 34. Just as the thought crosses my mind, she loses her grip and tumbles off the top of the twisty slide. I'm there like a shot, catching her and swinging her around like it's part of the game. She squeals in exhilaration, spreading her arms, and I get into the spirit making airplane noises. Oh, and she's loving it. I'm doubly thrilled because my shoulder is holding up fine. The two of us are having a great time. Until she looks down to see who's got her. Mommy! Her scream carries all around the park. It's okay, Helene, it's me, Chase, your brother. I want to go down. And now she's red in the face and crying. I set her on the ground and watch her as she runs off to join Corian, who's hustling our way. Oh, great. Dad's family already has a problem with me, and now they're going to think that I've been terrorizing their daughter. Sorry, I mumble. I didn't mean to scare her. No, I saw what happened. Thank you for catching her. There was nothing wrong with what she was saying. It's the way she says it. It's like too polite, too distant. It's like I'm a stranger instead of her stepson. Helene has her face buried in her mother's sweater and refuses to look at me. I guess she doesn't like me very much, I comment. Corian softens. She's just a little afraid of you. Afraid of me? Like, what could I have done that would make a 4-year-old freak out every time I came near her? Before I can finish the thought, a loud horn honks. A panel truck pulls up to the curb. Ambrose Electric is stenciled on the side. The driver's side window rolls down and my dad sticks his head out. Fire up the grill at 5:30, Cor. I'm bringing home the biggest steaks you've ever seen. He catches sight of me. Well, hey, champ, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be at practice. I wave. Doctor's orders, remember? Your arm's fine. Yeah, pretty good. I point to my head. Yeah, it's the concussion. He looks disgusted. Doctors. They'll keep you in bubble wrap for the rest of your life if you let them. Well, how about dinner then? Bet you could use a good steak. You're not going to get your strength back on that rabbit food your mom's slinging to you. Yeah, thanks. Some other time. I hesitate. I saw your state championship picture on the principal's wall. I didn't know. I guess I at some point, but he laughs with delight. Yep, there are a lot of athletes out there, but only a few of us can make it rain. There's something special about Ambrose men, champ. Don't let your mother coddle it out of you the way that she did your brother. He drives off, his truck backfiring as he pulls away from the curb. Bye, Daddy, calls Helene. Hey, bye, Helene, I say to her. As soon as we make eye contact, though, she looks away. Page 36. If you'll notice at the top, there's like a little line and some X's. You can't really see it here, but if you look at your own copy, you will. And that lets us know that the scene is shifting. All right, so now the camera, if you will, the movie camera of this story is shifting away from the park and then onto another thought. All right, time for a drink. Okay, top of page 36. Well, I'm definitely famous at Hiawassee Middle. The part I can't figure out is whether I'm famous good or famous bad. The athletic program is my home here, or at least it was before I got hurt. All of my friends seem to be jocks, mostly football players. I guess they were pretty worried when they heard about my accident. I pick up on the occasional grumbling that I have to miss one season, but mostly people are just relieved that I'm okay. The Hiawassee Hurricanes are kind of kings of the school. It's a pretty good role to come out of a coma and fall straight into. And since I'm the former captain, I'm almost like the king of kings. To be honest, though, it's hard to picture how I got along with them so well. Like, they're loud and kind of obnoxious, and even though they're really tight, they spend a lot of time shoving and punching each other. Insults constantly fly between them. They probably don't mean it, but it can get pretty ugly. Was I like that too when I was me? Did I greet my closest friends by pointing out imaginary stains on their shirts so I could slap their faces? Did I insult their moms, their grandmothers, and their grandmothers' grandmothers? Probably. Even so, that was then and this is now. I've lost a step, maybe because of my concussion. I just can't keep up with those guys anymore. Aaron and Bear shield me from the worst of it. Dudes, they'll say, dial it down, man. Our boy is injured. Or they'll step in front of me to absorb a friendly punch or a forearm smash. Like, I appreciate their help. Still, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not the Chase I used to be. I almost wish they'd stop trying to protect me. I hate being weak. The other guys are treating me like I'm strong. I mean, I'm not. I get that. But maybe I can fake it until my strength comes back. In the end, Aaron and Bear stress me out more than any of the others because they ask me all these questions. Like, what do you remember? Is your memory coming back yet? When does the doctor say it could happen? When will you be your old self again? And since I've got nothing else to offer them, I described the one memory I do have. That little girl in the blue dress. They listened with great concentration. And Aaron prompts, eyes wide. Like, that's it. It's like the only thing I remember. But who is she? Bear persists. Where did you see her? I don't know. That's all I got. They stare at me for a long moment and then both burst out laughing. I'm annoyed. It's not funny. Don't you think I'd tell you more if I had more to tell? Don't you know what the word amnesia means? Relax. Aaron puts his arm around my shoulder. We got your backs. We're like boys to the end. Aside from the football players, most of the kids act kind of odd around me. Conversations end when I enter the room. Faces turn towards lockers, and I make my way down a hall. I guess the whole school, I'm at the top of page 38. I guess the whole school has heard the story of my amnesia, and they're like a little weirded out by me. But that doesn't explain everything. Like, this one girl who's pushing a rolling cart of textbooks, like when she sees me walking next to her, her eyes just about pop out of her head. Like, she spins away and slams into the wall of a doorway alcove. Like, books go flying in all directions. She trips on one and starts to go down, so I grab her arm to steady her, and then she just really loses it. Don't! She squeals so loudly that we're like the instant center of attention. Like, I'm mystified. Let me help you pick up those. No! And she's gone, practically running down the corridor, which is the hall, dropping even more books as she escapes. What did I do? I asked Aaron and Bear about it after school, and they treat it like it's the stupidest question ever. What do you care if a bunch of random nobodies don't like you? Bear demands. No, man, it's not like that, I tell him. And she was, scared. Where did that come from? The two kind of exchange a glance between them. Man, you really did lose your memory, Aaron comments. Come on, guys, talk to me. Bear's impatient. We don't have time. Why? I query. There's no practice today. 'Cause we gotta be at the Graybeard Motel by 3:30. What's the Graybeard Motel? We've still got 2 months left on our community service, Bear supplies. At the assisted living place on Portland Street, helping out with the geezers and the grandmas. Not everybody's lucky enough to fall off a roof and get excused. I'm on community service? I may not remember much, but I know that community service isn't like getting detention at school. It's something you get ordered to do. In court. By a judge. I struggle to sound casual. The last thing I want to do is to come across a wimp to these two friends. What did we do to get sentenced? I nearly choke on the word. To community service. It was no big deal, Aaron scoffs. We planted a couple of cherry bombs and a piano at open house. It was awesome! Cops are such sticklers about property damage. Like there's this great piano shortage in the world or something. So we got, I'm nonchalant, but it takes some doing. Arrested? Hey, we gotta go, Bear insists. Yeah, Aaron faces me. Listen, man, I know it bugs you that you can't remember everything about yourself before the accident. Let me just fill you in on the details. Our boy Chase isn't the kind of kid to get bent out of shape about a bunch of idiots overreacting to some firecrackers. What we did, we got in trouble for. All right? Like, end of story. End of story, I echo. I'm speaking carefully, almost as though I'm trying it on for size. I mean, nobody got hurt, so, what's the big deal? Bear snickers. Yeah, right. Nobody. Page 40. Okay, the problem with Hiawassee, Aaron goes on, is that everybody's jealous of us. I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, we do what we want. Nobody messes with us. Even the adults are jealous because, when they were kids, they were probably losers too. So when Fitz Wallace or some judge gets a chance to slap us down, they go hard, since it's the only revenge they've ever got to get. I mean, you can't take it personally. I nod in agreement. Well, that's kind of not fair. Bear grins. Yeah, sometimes I cry myself at night, just thinking about the injustice of it all. Bear grins. I laugh. Aaron and Bear wouldn't cry if you jammed flaming bamboo under their fingernails. They're the toughest guys in the world. Yeah, well, thanks for being straight with me, I tell them, and I mean it. And my own mother kept me in the dark about this, and I don't know what she's thinking. Maybe if I don't remember, then it never really happened? Aaron shrugs. It's a mom thing. They're all the same. If it's fun, then it must be bad. Yeah, my dad warned me about that, I admit. He said I shouldn't let her coddle me. Your dad's the man! Bear exclaimed. He was part of the best football team to ever come out of this place. Well, I mean, next to ours, I mean. When you come back, we're gonna wreck! Well, that pulls me short. Bear knows as well as anybody that I could be out for the season, which makes me wonder, should I be? Dad doesn't think so. It's Mom the coddler, that means to baby somebody, who took Dr. Cooperman's word for it. I mean, how much trust should I put into her? She's the one who tried to hide a pretty major part of my past from me. If it wasn't for Aaron and Bear, I might never have figured it out. Who knows what else she's holding out? All right, notice the symbol here. There's that line in the X again, so it means that the story is shifting. When Mom gets home from work that day, I'm there at the front door to throw it in her face. Where do you get off? She looks totally bewildered. I forge on. You were so devastated when I got amnesia, but not too devastated to pass up a little editing job on my life. Editing job? Don't you think I have the right to know that Aaron and Bear and I were arrested and sentenced to community service? Well, she didn't answer right away. She sets down her bag, shrugs out of her jacket, and walks into the living room and collapses wearily into a chair. At last, she says, you've just been through an awful ordeal. How can I help? How can it help your recovery if I tell you a lot of things that are just going to upset you? Things? I echoed. You mean there are more? How many other nice little stories have you been keeping from me? She seems genuinely sad. I'll love you and support you through the end of the world. You know that. I've always been good to you. I've always seen the good in you, Chase. And I believe that's the person you really are, deep down. But you have had your moments. I have a sickening vision of faces turning away from me, of kids shrinking back at my approach, fear in their body language. I think of that crazy girl who was angry enough to dump a tub of frozen yogurt over my head. What if she wasn't crazy at all? What if I deserved it? Then I think back to the conversation with Aaron and Bear. Now, there are two sides to every story, and, well, Mom's taken the opposite one. But that shouldn't surprise me. Her kid got in trouble. Major trouble, if the community service is any indication. Okay, it wasn't a very nice thing to do, I admit, but I don't understand why the school made such a big deal out of it. She stares at me. How can you, of all people, say that after everything that's happened? Maybe it's because I don't remember everything that's happened, I shot back. There were there were firecrackers, not grenades. It was a prank. My mother's expression becomes hard. Well, never mind the poor musician you practically put into cardiac arrest. The problem was that the auditorium of people thought they were under attack. It was pure luck that nobody got injured in the panic. I'm sure that's what Dr. Fitzwallace was thinking when he decided to bring in the police. I hear Mom tell the story, and I feel ashamed. But if you go by Aaron and Bear, well, it was a nothing gag that the school blew out of proportion because they were out to get us. Who's telling the truth? Is Mom making it sound worse to scare me straight because, as Dad says, she's coddling me? She's babying me? When I got amnesia, I lost 13 years of my life. I have to replace those memories using what I can pick up from other people. But everyone has a slightly different version of me. Mom, Dad, my friends, the kids at school, even frozen yogurt girl. For all I know, the lunch ladies know me better than anyone else. Who should I believe? Wow. So now Chase has been given more puzzle pieces. Do you get the sense that he likes what he's finding out? I don't know that he likes it. I think it's okay when he's hearing it from Aaron and Bear. But I don't know that he trusts those guys. I think probably he just doesn't know who to trust at all. Let's stay tuned. It looks like Chapter 6 is coming up, and that's told from Brendan's perspective again. So let's go check back in with him. See you guys soon.